tempo ero perduta, I once was lost, ma ora sono ritrovata, but now I'm found. Ero cieca, was blind, ma ora ci vedo, but now I see. Ma vedi quello che vedo io, but do you see what I see? I've been reading the work of acclaimed scientist Robert Lanza, and while his theories on consciousness, time and space are based on science, for those of you of religious faith, I think his conclusion that our galaxy is too exquisitely designed to be random, that consciousness is the source of the universe. To me, these concepts seem very aligned with so many religions that teach us respect and awareness of all around us, and which place an omnipresent God or a magnificent connected consciousness inside all of us that is so great we are not evolved enough to understand its full power. The part that fascinated me was his studies on particles and perception. He found that the very property of particles depends on the observer. Now, this might be a bit to get your head around, but basically, he's saying that nothing exists outside perception. What does this mean? I think it means there is no objective truth. For example, you see a lilac sky, I see a crimson sky, and we are both right. And maybe together we use a word to describe it. We call it red, an arbitrary word, a sound we make with our mouth for cultural efficiency of expression, but really it is impossible for you and I to see the same sky. We are all just humble threads woven into the fabric of this subjectivity. At first this made me sad. I found it so alienating and stayed in bed for days thinking, what chance does empathy have? How can we ever love and understand each other as a couple, as a society, as the human race, if we can't ever share a perception and absolute truth? But then I thought, if all we are is our thoughts, if nothing exists but perception, we are not limited by our body, our geography, our childhood, our bank account, what others think of us. Everything is fluid. Every dream is up for grabs if we perceive it as being so. We are a part of a living, breathing, conscious universe that is not made of impervious stone. It is fluid, malleable, open to change, open to growth. When we wake up, when we dress, when we face the world each day, we all tell ourselves a story, often disparaging. You're a failure. You're not attractive enough. You're not brave enough. You're not lovable enough. But all of these things are just abstract thoughts. They are not tangible. They are not objective truths. Although sometimes they seem that way because we take one thing someone said to us or done to us and we repeat their perception of who we were in that moment over and over to ourselves for years without even knowing we're doing it, until we're on autopilot and foolishly believing that everyone else perceives us according to that story too. But that is scientifically impossible. Robert Lanza's principle of biocentrism: without consciousness, matter dwells in an undetermined state of probability. So where will you dwell? Wake up, be conscious, and determine your destiny. Your potential as a conscious being is as infinite as the universe. What distant stars could you reach in love, in your work, in your health, in the way you treat others if you just stopped time for a second, reframed that story you tell yourself, and harnessed the power, the beauty, and the vast possibility of perception? Un tempo ero perduta, ma ora sono ritrovata. Ero cieca, ma ora ci vedo. Ma vedi quello che vedo io?